Hello, welcome to this second episode of Rives Creative Journal. My name is Geneviève. I am Geneviève.Versapin on Instagram and Versapin on Ravelry. And you are on Rives YouTube channel. So Rives is a shop, an online shop I have founded with my friend Paul TB. And you can find us at rivecompagnie.com and on Instagram, Rives Compagnie. So we are a shop for knitting, sewing, so fabrics, yarns, workshops, notions, haberdashery, all of it. And we are located, so the physical shop depot is at my place in Montérégie near Montreal. Today I thought I would do a little bit of a fabric haul video. So this is the kind of video I really enjoy watching. So seeing fabric choices and pattern choices to match the fabric. So I find it always really interesting to see why you would choose a certain pattern with a certain fabric and just sewing plans in general. I think it's very inspirational. Let's dive in. I have a couple of fabrics, a couple of patterns, and all the patterns I'm going to show you are Direndo, which is a French company, because they are arriving at Rives this week. So when this video is public, the patterns will be in the shop already. And we are so glad to have them available in the shop because Direndo is a really well-known company. So if you are already versed in sewing, you will know this company, a big independent pattern company. They are so thorough in their pattern making, so everything is tested thoroughly. The instructions of the patterns are like mini classes because they are so detailed. They really take you by the hand to construct your garments. And the first dress I ever made for myself, the first garment I ever made for myself is one of their patterns. It is the Aubépine dress, which I'm going to talk about just in a moment. Let me show you my fabric choices and patterns. I am wearing the Myosotis dress by Direndo, and I have filmed a little clip for you to show it better. So it is a dress that has so a half collar, so just the under collar. Then it goes down in a bit of a V to a button front, so buttoned up front. It has a bit of an oversized fit, so you have excess at the waist here, so it's very comfortable. There is a version with short sleeves, and there is a version with short sleeves and a simple skirt, simple gathered skirt. And you have a version with a tiered skirt and ruffles on the sleeves. I have already 3 versions of the Myosotis. I really like that when you have a pattern you really like, and when you have worked on the fit a little bit and it really fits you well, then you can make all kinds of versions, and you don't find it repetitive in your wardrobe, because depending on the fabric choice and everything, it can look so different. So I have 3 versions. I have this one, which I made first in cotton lawn, so quite a thin fabric. And what I did, because it's thin and slightly sheer, very slightly sheer, I have lined the skirt in the same fabric. So I had enough to make the skirt twice, basically. And so it's a double skirt. It's completely lined. So I feel very comfortable in this, and it's so light and airy and perfect for late spring and summer. I should say that I'm planning on dresses mostly right now because I live in the south of Quebec, and if you are from here, you know that summer just comes like this. Like it's spring, it's quite chilly and everything, and then all of a sudden it's high summer, it's super hot, and you need dresses and light clothes. And if you are making your dresses, you need to see it coming because it just happens all of a sudden. So it's still a bit cold outside, but I'm really thinking dresses because I know like in a week or something I'm gonna need them. My second musatis is it's a pink version in viscose linen, so it's also a summer dress that I wear a lot. And then I have a third version which I made in a bit of a heavier fabric, midnight blue fabric that I wear during winter. Basically I wear it with layering, so it's still short sleeve, but I like to wear my Soirée by Emily Folden over it. So yes, very versatile a dress. I want to make a new version for this summer, and I'm thinking I have it here, the musatis, yeah. So I made this version 3 times already, and I want to go to this version but not completely, because I think that it's not really my vibe, that much ruffles, and that I would not wear it as much. But I think I might add the tiered skirt, so the ruffle on the skirt. So I might mix both versions, and this is something you can do if you have a pattern with a couple of views. You can mix and match. So I'm gonna create my own variation and just add the ruffle on the skirt and leave the top as is, and I think it's gonna be very wearable. And what fabric am I going to use? This is a fabric haul, and I'm talking about patterns. So I'm going to use this beautiful viscose. It has my name written on it. It's yeah. So it's viscose that is part of a small floral collection we have at Rives, coming out today if you're watching this on Friday. So we had so much fun picking these fabrics, and this one is my favorite. So when I saw it, I gasped, yes, please can we have it, because I want to make myself a dress out of it. I think I immediately saw the musatis in it. I know I'm gonna wear it so much. So it's a viscose that has the same kind of feel as the Atelier Brunette Viscoses. If you've touched one or sewn with one, it has the same kind of feel, very soft, very drapey. And I'm standing in front of a window, so it looks sheer in front of a window, of course, but it's not. So I think it's, yeah, perfect. And it's the background is royal blue. I think we've called it royal blue floral or something like this, but it's almost electric blue also, you could say that, with small white flowers, and they have a yellow center. So it's really fun and summery, springy, summery. Yeah, just a fun and beautiful fabric. So I'm gonna make myself a musatis. I think I'm gonna have fun choosing the buttons. Yeah, because there are 3 buttons on there, so you can splurge a bit and have fancy buttons on your dress. I'm thinking Atelier Brunette buttons that we have in the shop at the moment. And yeah, I think this is the next one to go under my machine. Then another fabric is this one, which you may already know. It is an Atelier Brunette Viscose, their Granito Night Viscose. And it is, oh, I just love it. So we have it in the shop at Rives. It is, there's not much left because it's very popular. And this one is completely my length of fabric. I bought it a couple of years ago in Paris, visiting their shop on the Rue Keller. If you've ever been, it's such a lovely shop. It's tiny because it's a shop in Paris, so all shops are tiny, and they cram so much fabric in it and so much inspiration and patterns, and it's just, yeah, it's a lovely, lovely shop if you ever have the chance to go there. So yes, this I bought a couple of years ago but never got around to sew it. So this is my chance now. And I am gonna make with it an aubépine dress by Durando also. So aubépine has a bit of a story with me because it is the first dress I ever sewed. So it's the first garment I've ever made for myself. At that point I was living in Paris, so Durando was all the rage. All the French sewing blogs I was reading talked about it. It was on everybody's lips. Still is today. So yeah, it was. So I ordered my first pattern from them, and I was so excited when I received it. I remember it took me 3 days to trace it off because I was taking my time way too much, but it was enjoyable. So this is my version. It's a couple of years old. They've since redone the packaging. So I have the vintage aubépine. It's the same dress, just different packaging. And yeah, so I brought my version here to show you. So the first dress I ever made. This dress has been worn a lot. I didn't know at the time, but I picked really good quality fabrics because they have been in the wash so much. It has been worn so much for years, and it still looks good. It's a wonder I haven't stained it because it just happens to me. I get stains on my clothes. So this is, yeah, aubépine. So you have pleats, so 3 flat pleats. In French we call it plis religieuses, this style. So they run on the bodice and on the sleeves also. And the dress is completely lined. I'll show you. So it's a nice technique to learn. So I just turned it inside out to show you. It's completely lined, and the skirt as well. And it has this channel here because there's a drawstring at the waist, and the waist is quite empire waisted, so it's quite high, but I really enjoy that. If you're good at pattern making and pattern hacking, I guess you could lengthen the bodice to have the drawstring lower down if you prefer. But I really enjoy this empire waist. My waist is naturally quite high on me, so I always like that style. Yes, this is my first dress ever, and I still wear it. But I think I deserve a second version. I really want to go back to that pattern, so I'm thinking of a summer version. There is a version with short sleeves on the pattern, and I think it's really interesting because the box pleats, those 3 flat pleats, they kind of make up the end of the short sleeve. So interested to see how it looks. And I'm gonna do it in this viscose, and I think I'm gonna line half of it. So basically the whole dress, the whole bodice and skirt, you make them twice to line the dress completely. And I think I may modify it somewhat to just line the bodice because I still want this to be a summer dress. So I don't want to have a double skirt, basically. Well, I could, because the dress I'm wearing now has a double skirt and I really enjoy it. I could, and I'm not sure. I'm still thinking about it. I could also modify it so the lining stops right beneath the drawstring channel. I could do that, or I could just line it completely, and maybe that's really comfortable as well. still thinking. And I have this basic rayon, really thin. So if you are new to sewing, you should know that when you line something, you want the lining fabric to not alter the structure of your outer fabric, because the outer fabric is the official star of your garment, if you will. So you want it to keep its drape and its structure, so you line with something lighter usually, unless you want to change the structure of your outer fabric. But if you want to keep, so I want to keep this drapey and light, so I need something as light or even lighter, and this is lighter, I would say. This is a thin rayon. I think it's going to be perfect to line it. It's not the happiest match in the universe, but it's inside, so I don't mind, and it doesn't change the colors of my dress, and it's a stash fabric, so I'm good with that. Maybe I have a gray one, the same somewhere. I'm gonna have a look around. But lining fabric, it's either you can have a lot of fun with linings, or they just serve a purpose. It's just a lining, so you can also go with something sensible that you have in your stash. Yeah, happy with that. And I think while I'm at it, working the aubépine, I think I'm gonna make myself a second version at the same time, using another stash fabric I have, using this fabric. So this looks very similar to what I've just shown you, but it's not. It is, it's been in my stash for a while, so I'm not completely sure of the composition, but by feel, I think it's showing a bit green, aqua on the screen, but it's really like light jeans blue. Yeah, light blue jean color. So I think it's a rayon or a tencel viscose, somewhere in that area. It's definitely natural fibers. There's no polyester in it. It's very soft, very drapey, and it has a look of a chambray. So it kind of mimics a denim look. It kind of mimics a denim, and I think an aubépine with short sleeve in this is going to be so wearable. And I could have fun and maybe do the drawstring in a floral, one of the florals we have, or one from my stash. I should look in what I have, and you just need little bits of fabric to make a drawstring, really. And yeah, I think with a floral drawstring it could be really cute. And then I can wear it with, layer it with knits, and yeah, just very wearable, I think. And I need more summer dresses because I have, I think, 4 or 5 of them. So it's a really short rotation. I'm kind of tired of the ones I have already. I've worn them a lot and often the last summers. So I think I need a couple of new ones. The last dress I want to talk about, the last dress I'm going to make in the short term, is the Santori dress. Yes, the Santori dress. So this is a more fitted dress. It has a really interesting bodice with triangle shapes. And I don't have my final fabric to show you because it is a very precious fabric that is coming to Rives that we're so excited to share with you and make available to you. I'm not gonna say anymore. But before I cut into that precious fabric, I need to make a toile. I don't do toiles often because I have a bit of experience in sewing and I know my common fit adjustments I need to make. But this, I think, requires a toile because of this intricate bodice. And because I'm gonna make it in the precious fabric, I don't want to get it wrong. So I want to make a toile first. And I'm gonna use our toile fabric fabric that we have available, which is a simple cotton poplin. Yeah, simple cotton poplin or a shirt cotton, that kind of weight. And it's white. And if it happens that I like my toile and would wear it, I'm not gonna wear a completely white cotton dress. So I thought I might try and dye it. Natural dye it. Yeah, I'm thinking of dyeing it using avocado pits. So it could become a very nice dress in avocado pink. If you know natural dyes, it's such gorgeous pink. I have a bit of experience with natural dyeing, but not much. But I have dyed cotton fabric before and it went well. So you have to use an appropriate mordant for this to have something happen to your fabric. It's more tricky to dye cellulose fabrics than protein fibers like wool. So I'm just gonna have to read a bit before I do my experiment, but if I don't like it or if nothing happens or it's a toile, it's fine. Let's have fun with it. So I'm gonna show you what happens with that. But excited to make it and excited to try dyeing it. So that is my fabric haul, my fabric choices for May. And if you are interested, I would like to talk a bit about gardening, just a bit, because I'm really inspired by my garden right now. It really relaxes me to garden and think about my garden. Rives is causing a really busy time in my life, which is great. I like to be busy, but I need something to take my mind off it, and gardening is really that for me right now. So what has happened in the garden since last we talked? We have planted pear trees. It's really exciting. It's not often that you plant fruit trees in your garden. So just talking briefly about why. So we wanted to plant fruit trees to mark the birth of Mihai, our son. Something that is done, I think, often, plant trees to celebrate baby's birth. When I was little, my parents would... I have 5 siblings, so my parents at first, with their first children, when they had the headspace, they planted trees. I had a birch tree, I think, but yeah, a birch tree that was planted for me, and I really liked the idea, and I liked even more the idea of planting a fruit tree because I can imagine him being a bit older and enjoying the fruit of his tree. So we ordered them from a company that is called Arbre Fruitier, Pépinière aux Arbres Fruitiers, arbrefruitier.ca. They are in Lanaudière, near Montreal, but they ship everywhere in Canada, I think. And they are so great. So they are really passionate about fruit trees, and they have a catalog of rustic species, so that it is... do you say species for plants? I'm gonna go with species. So they are rustic species, so not your common pear tree or apple tree that you know from orchards. Species that will be more suited to organic culture. So they are more resistant to our climate, and they make species that can really endure tough climates and tough conditions. So I guess they hunt for those species and then help them be known, something like that. They are really passionate about it. It's great to see. And you have to order well in advance because they have such a huge catalog that I think they basically grow your tree on demand. So they open demands around August. I ordered them in August 2020, and we just went to fetch them last week, or 2 weeks ago. So it takes a long time, but it's so great to go pick up the trees and then really care for them and plant them. I had my brother one of my brothers and my sister here, so it was our distance activity for the day, planting the trees. So I was really moved by that process. And yeah, they're just little branch of trees. They're so small, but I go and see them every morning and see new growth on it, and yeah, it really makes me happy and hopeful. So I can't wait to see them grow. Well, yeah, I can't wait to see them grow. And yeah. And other news from the garden, that's pretty much it. We are looking forward to plant our vegetable beds soon. My seedlings are so big, I'm a bit worried that my tomato plant are not good, that they will not have enough space in their pot by the time they are ready to go outside. So I think I may have planted them too early, but that's life, you learn. They are so huge, or like this tall already. So I'm watering them as often as I can, because I just want them to have, yeah, to not die before they are ready to go outside. I don't have bigger pots. And I don't want to buy it. I don't want to buy bigger pots and more earth, more soil. I'm just trying to keep them alive until they are ready to go outside. So, yes, that was it. So thank you for being here. Thank you for watching this journal. I hope you enjoy it, and I will see you next time with hopefully a couple of dresses finished.